I see this all the time. You talk about costly mistakes in estate planning, and the costly mistake here is doing your own estate planning. Usually, for most people, the most valuable asset they have is their home. And instead of getting some expert help on how do I do this, they just decide, I know, I'll just put my kids on title with me. Or another mistake I see is they just put one of their children on title and tell them, oh, well, you just share it with the others. It doesn't always work out the way they plan. The reason why it's almost universally a bad idea is a thing called stepped up basis. If people understand the idea of what a capital gains tax is, if you make a profit on the sale of your home, the government wants you to pay a tax based on your profit or your capital gain. And the question is, what do they use as the starting point for measuring that profit? Well, if you buy a house and you sell it during your lifetime, they just look back, what did you pay for it? What did you sell for it? And even though there are a few adjustments to that, basically that's your profit on the sale. And if you transfer it to your children during your lifetime, your children have your same tax basis. So you transfer it to them and then they hold on to it for another 20 or 30 years. When they sell it, your capital gain or their capital gain, they're going to look way back to what the parents paid for it. I have situations where parents paid maybe $50,000 or $60,000 for a home that's now worth $600,000-$700,000. So the capital gain on that would be huge. And the taxation rate on that is also huge. Between California state and federal, about 30% of the profit is going to go out the door. Now, if they don't put their children on title, but instead they do some estate planning so that the transfer occurs after they pass away, the capital gain is not measured from what the parent paid for it way back here. It's measured from the value of the property at the date of death. So you can imagine with most people that have built up hundreds of thousands of dollars of equity in their property, the tax savings to their children by receiving it or having it transferred to them after death, the tax savings many times are hundreds of thousands of dollars. So somebody decides, I'm going to save a few $1,000s by not going to an estate planning attorney, and they make a mistake that costs their children potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it's not an uncommon mistake. I've seen it several times in my practice.